Okay, another great challenge question from White Rose Maths. The mass of a large tin of dog food is 1/3 of the mass of 5 small tins of dog food. The total mass of one small tin of dog food and one large tin of dog food is 1,360 grams. And the question we are asked is, what is the mass of a large tin of dog food? Okay, so I'm obviously going to be drawing bars for the small tins and the large tins, and I'll start off with the small tins because that's the what we are referring to in this puzzle. So we've got small tins, we've got large tins, and we're going to draw 5 blocks to represent the 5 small tins. And I know that so I've got 5 blocks and I'm going to divide those 5 blocks into thirds. So mindful of that, I'm going to take advantage of my squares here, and I'm going to make each of these tins, these small tins, 3 units. Okay, because I know that I'm actually going to end up then with 15 units, which I can then divide easily into thirds. So, but it doesn't matter. I mean, if you had just done this on plain paper, that would have become evident to you. It's just I'm using the squares, so I'm thinking ahead, noticing that I've got 5 things that are going to be divided into thirds. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so these are my 5 small tins. And as I said, one large tin is 1/3 of the mass. So let's see where that goes. Where's that going to be? I'm going to use a color that stands out a bit more. So as I said, there's 15 parts across here. So 5 parts must make 1/3. So that's where the third line is going to be. And actually, let's mark in the rest of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this is where the thirds would be. I'm going to put in my large tin now. So this is 1/3 of the size of 5 small tins, 1/3 of the mass, sorry. So it represents the mass, but that's the size of the bar that represents the mass. Well, now that I've actually put something in here to delineate, to break up my bar. This is where if I had plain paper, I would then put in marks for all of them, okay? Because I want to have all of my parts remain the same. I hope you're following me here. So now I have lots of equal size parts, so 15 equal size parts. Now, I'm just thinking, what am I asked? I'm asked, what is the mass of a large tin of dog food? This is our large tin here. So, and that's our question mark. These are our small tins, obviously. So small, and this is large. So what do we know then? Well, we know that the total mass of one small tin, okay, and I don't want to lose sight of where my small tins are. So that's 1 small tin, okay, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so those are my small tins. I know that 1 small tin and 1 large tin. So let's do this. Okay, so those two together have a mass of 1,360. And this is the eureka moment, because you can now see that you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 equal parts that equal this 1,360. So if we do 1,360 and we divide that by 8, we get 170. So we now know the value of each of these equal parts. And well, what do we do now? What's our question? Well, our question is, what's the mass of a large tin? Well, that has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parts. So 170 multiplied by 5 gives us 850. So our answer is, we can write it in here, and we can also write it in here, 850 grams. Okay, well, I hope that helped.